Java and Python are the most trending and powerful languages of recent times. Now, the most common question asked by the beginners is which one is better, Java or Python? This is Dr.A.Jansi Rani, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Information Technology, Nirmala College for Women in today's session. I will talk about how both the languages differ from one another and which one fits your goal better. So let's get started. The number of programming languages used in production and day to day life has seen an enormous growth in the last decade. Now, from those bustling number, we are going to narrow our focus to the most important programming language that has created quite a buzz among the developers as well as the beginners. So, let's begin with a brief introduction of both the languages. Java is one of the most fundamental language that produces software for multiple platforms. And the best thing is that it is machine independent and the written code is written once and run anywhere. Python, on the other hand, is a simple, easy to read, high level programming language. So let's move ahead and take a look at the various aspects of comparison like speed, legacy, code, databases, practical agility, syntax, and indentation that will help us to find an answer to the question which one is better out of the two now. Java is a compiled programming language and the source code is compiled down to bytecode by a Java compiler. And the bytecode is executed by a Java virtual machine. On the other hand, Python is an interpreted language as a translation occurs at the same time as a program is being executed. Now, Java supports encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction, which makes it an object oriented language. Python is also an object oriented language, but it has an added advantage. It's also a scripting language and it's easy to write scripts in Python. Now we take a look at the speed of Python. The former is statically typed programming language, which does type checking at compile time makes it faster, whereas the later is an interpreter which determines the type of data at runtime, thus making it slower comparatively. When it comes to legacies history, in the enterprise and the world was coding style are typically larger and more numerous, whereas Python has less legacy problem which makes it difficult for the organizations to copy and paste codes. Now both the languages are pretty simple and easy to write. But if we compare the number of lines in a code, Python can perform the same action with fewer lines of code written in Java. In this example, we are printing the statement hello welcome using both the languages, but in Java, we define a class, a main function, which makes it a three-line code already, whereas we just use one line a print function in Python. To understand another characteristic is the databases. Java database connectivity is most popular and widely used to connect, whereas Python's database access layers are weaker than Java's JDBC, that is Java database connectivity. That is why it is rarely used in enterprises. Now, if we look into the syntax, that is one of the important aspects that makes Java and Python different from each other. The statement in case of syntax in Java programming language, both a variable declaration and the semicolon are must. It will throw an error, but none of them are required in end of the statement in case of Python. Another important difference is the language indentation in Java, where you are writing a program in Python, Java or any other language. It would be good if you are using indentation and it makes your code more readable logical, and easily understandable for programmers. Well, if you see at the left in case of Java, you have multiple blocks defined within curly braces, but you don't have to worry about its indentation and structure, how it is written, right? But it is not the case in Python. Indentation is must in Python. Well, these are some of the points where Java and Python differ and the base for your code and syntax. Now, we will talk about the ease of learning. So, a question might arise in your mind like, which one of them is easy to learn, right? Java or Python? What do you choose? Well, when it comes to learning an object oriented programming language, you might consider starting with either Python or Java. Python can be more user friendly than Java as it has more intuitive coding style. Both the languages have their unique advantage for developer and end user. However, if you are beginning your path towards your programming career, I would suggest that you start by learning Python as it is less complex. Thank you. Happy learning.